Hey, True Believers England team here, and we're going to try it again. It was okay last week. We're going to talk about the hot comics. This is the speculator issues. You know what I think about the speculator issues from the last week, and we're going to see what they've got this week. My question is, and I haven't looked at the list this week, how many holdovers are there, or do they actually do a different 10 every week, which would make me think, then why is there a countdown? I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I'm very much someone who believes be very careful when you're going into the speculation market and all you're talking about are, ooh, this is coming to a movie theater near you. And that's flippers. That's not even speculation. That's people are going to buy it and sell it. And a lot of times they're selling to each other. And it's funny to actually see this in action. Anyway, let me share this out here and we'll get to the top 10 hot comics of what is this, May 10th? All right, sure. Let's say that. All right, now they always have these honorable mentions. Last week it was a Jungle Girl thing. Here we've got Planet Comics number 51. It's saying 9.4 copies, sells for about every 2 years, and is sold at the exact same amount since 2015, $2,400. A copy sold this week for 50% higher, $3,700. I love random skull laying on the ground. And what is with the smoke trail that is wrapped around Our Lady in Red? I haven't read this particular issue, but I do find that a lot of the independent comic books, the Golden Age, Silver Age independent comic books are harder to find. It's kind of like when you're looking for Golden Age, go for Marvel. When you're looking for Silver Age, go for DC and so forth, because they're a little harder to find. Of course, key issues being the difference. Let's see. Fathom 2006 number 11, Michael Turner, Wizard World Texas variant. I guess it's 1000. Let's see. Was not aware of this one, but it has moved into my top 5 favorite Turner covers. Only one prior sale that I could find for a Turner signed copy for around $75. This week, an unsigned copy sold for $200. No current copies are listed for sale. Now, this is what I was talking about last week with manufactured collector's items. This thing's out there, and sure, it's rare enough to command a price, but if nobody knows it's out there, how can it create a demand that would make your investment pay off? There has to be a demand around. Unless you're a Fathom fan, I would be very careful, but that's just me. All righty, at number 10, we have New X-Men number 5. Let's see. I'm assuming that someone mentioned that this is a buy because of the first appearance of Pixie. Why else would this $5 to $10 book now be selling for $20 to $25? Probably because somebody who has themselves a speculator website that people go to find out what people are speculating, said something, so that upped the price. Whalesville, which I did not get a copy of, and it's now going $25 to $30. Continuing the bad idea trend, all books are selling for much higher than their cover price right out of the gate. Will this trend continue on? I hope not. There is no reason for a brand new book to be selling for $30, $25. If you're buying it, good luck. That's all I got to say. But yes, it's a brand new book nobody knows about. And that's one of the problems. I don't know, maybe this is one of those things if it gets to a movie and then all of a sudden it's got more attention on it that people make it want to see it and everything. I don't get why these books come out and people are like, oh, I'm going to pay $25, $30 for it. Yeah, I was looking for a copy. I didn't get it off the shelf. And when I went to eBay, I was like, no, I'm good. I'll wait for the trade. All right, number 8, The Crow number 1, which is an evergreen. So there's no bad time to buy The Crow, in my opinion. Holy, Brandon Lee, a 9.8 just sold for just shy of $10,000. Props to John Z, as he's been hailing this book for years. What is the ceiling on this? I don't know. I mean, you know, it's one of those stories. Everybody loves. The Crow is still going. They do have miniseries coming out. And this is one that was born out of the comic, not out of the movie. And then we got number 7 saying Star Wars: The High Republic number 1. Gabriel Del Otto variant. That is a beautiful cover, but it is just the cover. $85 to $100. This cover is so awesome. Am I the only one that thinks Del Otto should do at least one cover for every character out there? Anyway, I'm super curious as to what happens to the price of this when the initial supply in the US sells out. I don't get the variant covers, but I know people are out there doing. I guess I do, because I always get cover B. I mean, I do love the painted covers, and that is a very nice painted cover. I guess I got to back up what I just said. You know, if you're wrong, you have to admit you're wrong. All right, let's go to number 6. We have Secret Wars, Secret Love, number 1. This was basically a non-seller. Now it's a $30 to $40 book. Throw a few eyes on something that isn't easy to find, and this is what happens, right or wrong. Yeah, I mean, once again, though, this does fall under the who is actually interested in it. I mean, I guess people are like, oh, wow, this is a part of the story we didn't get, and maybe we want to pick it up. And sure, nowadays you do have a lot of books that are far more rare than anything we had in the late 80s and 90s. I guess I could see this one. Eve number 1 from In-Hyuk Lee, the 1 in 50 variant. Once again, it's just a cover, but damn, In-Hyuk Lee, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but the man can paint. This one definitely is a head scratcher to me, but then again, almost everything is nowadays. This one is now hitting 125. I don't get that either. It's a 1 in 50. I know not a lot of people ordered Eve number 1. I looked at it. I've got a copy waiting for me at the comic shop, not of the In-Hyuk Lee variant, but I do have a copy of Eve number 1. But what happens if Eve is a bomb? I mean, I don't get the speculation on new books like this. It's the same as Whalesville. Why is a brand new book going up that much? Lady Killer, number 1. If you ever get a chance to read Lady Killer, do it. It's a really good story. This one, this is one show that I definitely want to see. 9.8s are at 350 and Raws are at 125. After forever being rumored to becoming a show, it looks like it's finally happening. Haven't heard from Diablo Cody in quite a while, though. Does she still have the chops to make this show what it should be? Now, here's the thing. I thought that Lady Killers was really good. I've liked Joelle Jones for quite a while now. Writing not as much as art, but so I know initially it was all because people were excited. There's this new comic book that's really interesting. What if the movie comes out and it is bad? Seriously, is that going to crash you? So I'm going to, every time I do one of these, I'm going to caution everybody about going after comic books whose speculation is fueled by outside of the comic book community. Let's see. Number 3 is Star Wars number 23, Jorge Molina, 1 in 25 variant. That's actually more, there's more of them than, say, a 150. Let's see. From what I can, especially considering Eve versus Star Wars is far more visible. So this just goes to show you also that if more people know about it, then yeah, you can create a demand. Let's see. From what I could gather and help from Phil Lee Tai, I don't know what the TY. Misinformation is apparently out there that this is the first Bad Batch on the cover, but it isn't. But the price has already skyrocketed from 20 to 120. I am clearly no Star Wars expert, but just be careful with what you are spending your dollars on. I've got to tell you, I'm actually getting a lot more respect here for the comic book investment because they're warning you. Look, this is what people are buying, but you got to be careful, man. Because in some of these are manufactured. These aren't real. They're going to crash on you. So you have to make sure that this is something you want. Or in some cases, I know some of you are flipping. So if it's something you can flip. Green Lantern number 59, the casting of Guy Gardner for HBO's Green Lantern show has caused the price point to increase on this across the board. A 7.0 sold for $800, a 6.0 sold for $575, and even a 3.0 sold for $500. I had a chance to get a 3.0 for $50 not but a year ago. So if I did want to flip, but I would have sold it on an auction far before this. HBO doesn't do anything lame, so all I could do is cross my fingers. Once again, were you interested in Guy Gardner before the casting, and are you interested in Guy Gardner now? Think about that. The sad thing about this is a lot of times the prices go up quickly, but the comic book shops don't want to lower them when they really should. And for number 1, we've got Black Widow, number 6, Raza, 1 in 25 variant. almost doubling from last week. Yeah, by the way, this is one that was stayed over for last week. This is now selling for $125 to $150. A big plus for this variant is that the A cover continues to sell well in large quantities in the $20 to $25 range. So there you go. I don't get it, but I mean, this cover doesn't even look as good as the cover A. But what am I to say? You know, I'm a different breed of cat. So there you go, gang. That's the top 10, the hot top 10 list from CBSI, and my thoughts on it. I'm very skeptical of the speculators. So once again, be very careful and make sure that you're before the price hike. Are you interested in that character? If you're a Green Lantern fan, any time to get Guy Gardner's first appearance is a good time. All righty. So anyway, that's what I got to say about it. So right now, all I got to do is ask you to click like, share, subscribe, and make sure that notification bell is rung, because that's what they really care about. And more importantly, comment, even to tell me I'm full of crap if you need to do that. That I get it. Go on ahead. My wife tells me that all the time. Don't forget to go on over to Patreon or Ko-Fi and drop $1 in the till. It's a little tip jar. Certainly appreciate that. Like, thank everybody who's already done that. To everyone, all of the true believers, thank you very, very much for watching.